Aizen's a character which is completely opposite of Naruto, where Naruto wanted to become Hokage not because he didn't see the Hokage being the fit for the role, because he inspired to be like them, because he thought the Hokage were cool, but Aizen on the other hand wanted to become the Soul King because he thought the Soul King was not fit for the role, and he was more fit of a role than even the Soul King himself. This led me to believe these conflicting personalities of both of these mainstreaming heroes of both of our verse would form a pretty interesting what if Naruto had the personality of Aizen and also his powers, which led me to making this what if Naruto was neglected and had Aizen's power. So we start off this what if like any other what if in the day of October 10th. Kushina was getting birth to her two children, Mito and Naruto. Mito was named after the person who inspired Kushina to having love that could counter the Nine-Tails' hatred. Mito Uzumaki, and Naruto was inspired by Jiraiya's book, Tales of the Gutsy Ninja, which name was given to him by Minato, since Minato wanted Naruto to become a very similar character to the main character of that book. Right now, she was giving birth and she had successfully given birth to twins. And see where the both of the twins were in the hands of Biwako. Everything was looking good. Minato was smiling at Kushina and thanking her for making his life a living heaven. As that was happening, a man was outside of the cave, waiting for his chance. As he entered the cave like a ghost, he immediately grabbed Biwako and slashed her throat, taking the two kids in his arms. Fourth Hokage Minato, said the masked man as he looked at Minato. Minato immediately turned his head as he looked at the masked man. He was just about to seal the Nine Tails away, but who are you? Minato asked. Who I am doesn't matter. Stay away from the Jinchuriki, or both of your kids are gonna die in their first moments, said the masked man as Minato narrowed his eyes. Please calm down, Minato said. I am as calm as it can be, fourth, he said as he tossed the both of the babies up. Soon as that happened, Minato narrowed his eyes, and in a flash, it was gone, saving both of his kids. You really are quick as a flash. However, he said as two paper bombs started tagging along the blankets of both of the kids. Kushina screamed for the fear of her babies and her husband, but Minato vanished in a yellow flash and managed to save his kids as well. And the masked man had successfully done his plan. He managed to separate Minato and Kushina, and he had extracted the nine-tailed beast from her. As that was happening, the village was peaceful and quiet. Everything was going according to whatever the hell people wanted. But one thing was different. Some people in the village felt it. Among them was the third Hokage, Kakashi, and Itachi, that there was a chilling feeling in the air. Soon, the fox started attacking the middle village as soon as the masked man summoned the fox in the middle of the village. After some time, Minato appeared and teleported the Biju bomb away, and fought the masked man, which he successfully managed to defeat. After that, he went to seal the nine tails inside of his baby girl, Mito Uzumaki. Mito had more of Kushina's right hair and genes, so Minato thought that she had more of a stronger chakra than Naruto, so he sealed it inside of her, which was true. Mito was ticking more after the Uzumaki part even than Naruto. Naruto looked more like Minato in some ways, so Minato thought that Naruto would not be able to handle that much of power. But who would have thought that this would be one of the greatest mistakes in their life? Cut to a 4-year time skip in which Mito is being trained by Minato and Kushina, since they thought that she was the child of prophecy. Naruto, meanwhile, was just watching this with a really lonely and a bored look in his eyes. Whenever Minato and Kushina would try to teach him anything, he would take it up pretty easily. They would say that his IQ was pretty high and all that stuff, but they always compared him to Mito, which he thought that she was, well, not so much of a smartass, but he was. But then he saw his parents calling him as he smiled and went towards them. It was rare that his parents called him for training, but then when they said something, he narrowed his eyes at them. You want me to spar with Mito? You do realize that I have barely gotten any training from you, said Naruto as he looked at Minato and Kushina aside. We're sorry about that, Naruto, but you know, you're quick to learn things and sees, you know what I'm talking about. Minato tried to say to Naruto, trying not to offend Mito, who didn't understand what father was trying to say. Are you trying to say that, I'm not as smart as his brother? She said as Minato looked at her. Oh, no, that's not it, Minato said as she pouted. As Naruto looked at her. Well, if this is what it takes to get their attention, I'll do it. Naruto thought in his mind. Fine, he said as Minato and Kushina smiled at him. Good, now then, both of you get ready, Minato said as both Mito and Naruto took their stances. Naruto was in a strange stance that he created himself. Meanwhile, Mito was in the Namikaze stance that Minato had taught her, which was specially rolled around speed. Now then, both of you are ready? Begin, said Minato. As soon as he said that, Naruto vanished in a flash. Not enough so that Minato and Kushina wouldn't be able to keep up with him, but they could able to keep up with him. But the thing was, Mito wasn't. She was too slow when Naruto appeared in front of her and grabbed her face and slammed her into the ground. And after that, Naruto uh, simply placed his foot on her stomach and kicked her away. Soon as that happened, Mita slammed into the tree as he looked at Naruto. How fast, she thought. Both Minato and Kushina were surprised by this. How did he get so strong? Both of them thought. They admit that they didn't train Naruto, and the reason was pretty much learned everything they taught him so fast that it was abnormal. They knew that Naruto was a prodigy and pretty much a genius at this rate, and they thought that Mito needed more attention since, she learned things a lot less quick than Naruto. And she was also the ninth Jinchuriki, so they were training her to like sort of control that power. Once that happened, Mito got up. This time her eyes were red, whisker marks becoming more defined, and her fingernails extended. Naruto narrowed his eyes. What is this? Naruto thought in his mind, but in a flash. This time, it was not Naruto who was surprised. I mean, it was not Mito who was surprised, but it was Naruto. So fast, Naruto thought, as he blocked the slash from Mito, but it scarred his arms. Shit, he thought as he looked at Minato and Kushina. They didn't do anything. Why? He thought. He could see that this was getting dangerous. But then Mito slammed her fist into his stomach, sending Naruto flying. And in a flash, Mito was in front of Naruto, and then she slashed him across the chest with her fingernails as Naruto's eyes widened as blood started coming out of his chest. This can't be, Naruto thought as Mito also collapsed because he wasn't able to handle the Ninetales chakra. Both Minato and Kushina rushed towards their daughter as they immediately took her to the hospital, leaving Naruto alone there. As Naruto saw the scene, his eyes started to water up. They don't even care about me, since I'm even in a worse condition, thought Naruto as. He was starting to get emotional, but the world view was fading away from him. Soon, he became unconscious. Once that happened, in the hospital, after a few hours, Minato and Kushina were in the hospital. Mito was fine, but their other son, the elder one, Naruto, was not. They were so focused on Mito that they were so worried about her that they completely forgot about Naruto. The fact that he was probably more injured than Mito ever was. As the doctor came out of the room, Minato and Kushina rushed towards the doctor. Is there any kind of report? Minato asked. The doctor looked at him a little critical, thinking, well, your son is in a bad state. The amount of damage that has happened to him is not normal, and to mention that his system has been corroded by the Nine Tails chakra, aka he had chakra poisoning. We'll be able to recover, but I'm not sure how long it'll take. She said as Minato just widened his eyes. I see, Minato said, clenching his fist. He felt like this was his fault, only if he had intervened in the battle as quick as possible. He knew that Mito was using the Nine Tails chakra, but he thought Naruto was strong enough. But I guess he was wrong. If I had trained both of them, maybe Naruto would have been able to fend himself off. That was what Minato was thinking. Or maybe if I had intervened in some kind of way. Maybe. But this was already too late for regrets. As then, in Naruto's ICU, Naruto had an oxygen mask on as he was barely hanging on to life, but he would survive. But then, in Naruto's mindscape, Naruto was looking around as he was in a girdle-like place. He started to look around. Where the fuck am I? Naruto thought in his mind as he heard a calm, soothing voice. Huh. Boy, you are quite a treat, aren't you? Your parents really don't care much about you now, about you, do they? He heard a voice as Naruto looked around. Who are you? Show yourself, Naruto said. I am you. You are me. I am Aizen's Sosuke. Ah, Shinigami, said that Aizen as he appeared in front of Naruto like a ghost. Naruto jumped back, seeing the man in front of him. He was wearing some kind of white coat and an outfit that was not so familiar to Naruto. How are you in here? Why can I see you in here? Naruto asked. Yet he had been able to penetrate into his mindscape a few times before, but that was only during meditation, as Aizen looked at him. As I said, you're me and I'm you. Where do you think you get your intellect and the high prodigious level of skills that you have at such a young age? Because of me, boy, said Aizen as he stepped forward. Sooner or later, all of my talents and everything I own will soon be transferred to you. But let me tell you about the histories of the Shinigami. Aizen started to explain everything there was about Shinigamis to Naruto, as Naruto listened keenly. So, how did he end up here if that was what happened? After my battle with Yuaba, who was a threat that was even greater than myself, he managed to kill me, but the souls of the Soul Reaper are not that easy to kill, especially with me, who was fused with the Hogyoku. And when Yuaba did kill me, I somehow ended up here during your birth of the Nine-Tails attack, said Aizen as he looked at Naruto, his pocket still in his hand. After that happened, it was pretty much, well, as you know it, Aizen said as Naruto nodded. Well, that explains it, thought Naruto in his mind. But then, why did you call me here? Why appear in front of me now? Said Naruto as Aizen smirked. See, you're not gonna be waking up in the real world anytime soon. It'll at least take some months, said Aizen as Naruto looked at him. That bad, huh? I guess it's to be expected, said Naruto as he looked at him. Now, about the Nine Tails that you're speaking of. I presume that my sister has it, he said as Aizen smirked. Again, I guess your intellect does come from me. Yes, your sister does have the Nine Tails inside of her. And the reason why you'll not be able to wake up for long is precisely because of that. That you have got chakra poisoning, boy," said Aizen as Naruto sighed. "Fine, then I'll guess I'll just stay here," he said as Naruto started to lay down and just look up at the sky. "No, that's not gonna be happening. As I said, you will eventually inherit all my powers. That's why I want you to get uh Zanpakuto," said Aizen as he looked at Naruto. Naruto looked up at Aizen. "What do you mean by Zanpakuto? I'm not a soul reaper like you. How can I get something like that?" said Naruto as he remembered Aizen's story about the Zanpakuto. Aizen smirked. "You are half a soul reaper. Your soul is that of a soul reaper because of me. And because of that reason, you'll be able to awaken a Zanpakuto. All you have to do is train," said Aizen, and Naruto sighed. Well, if I don't have anything else to do." "And the Zanpakuto that you're talking about, will it be the same as yours?" said Naruto as Aizen nodded. "Our souls are the same, boy. And because of that, I am pretty sure that you'll get Kyoka Suigetsu as well," said Aizen as Naruto smirked. "Now, will that be for fun? A Genjutsu that is on a completely different level than even that of the Uchihas. This will be fun," thought Naruto in his head. As sooner or later, when a few months had passed, Minato was in his office as he was looking at his family photo, as he still had regret in his heart about the Naruto state. And his sensei hop out the window. "Hey, Minato, how's it going?" said Jiraiya as Minato looked at him. "Sensei, did you do the work that I sent you for?" said Minato as Jiraiya shook his head. "I cannot find her, Minato. I don't know where she has disappeared off to," said Jiraiya as Minato slammed his fist on the table, shaking it a little bit. "Damn it," Minato said, as the doctors were not able to wake Naruto up. The Nine Tails chakra was slowly leaving him, but it was still there. Jiraiya sighed. "I know, and to be honest, it is quite frankly your and Kushina's fault," said Jiraiya as Minato glared up at him. "Do you not think I know that? Fine," said Minato as he sighed and grabbed his head. "I'm such a horrible father," said Minato as Jiraiya looked at him. "It's your fault, Minato. Everyone has to pay for it," said Jiraiya as he jumped out the window. "Whenever you need my support, you know where I am," he said as Jiraiya vanished to probably go peep onto a woman in the bathroom. As that happened in the Namikaze household, Mito had felt horrible after that day. Once he had gotten to know what had happened, she could never forgive herself after what happened with her brother. She didn't want any of this to happen, but it did, and she was at the fault the most. If she could only control the Nine Tails chakra a little bit and not let it take over her rage not being activated because of being overpowered by Naruto, was naturally talented. She was a little bit jealous of her brother since, he was very talented from the beginning, and Naruto pretty much was the smartest person in their age group that she had ever met. And she was sort of jealous of that, especially, but she had thought that at least in physical training wise, she was greater than him. But she was wrong on that as well. Naruto was stronger than her, without the Nine Tails chakra at least. And she hated that for that moment. Herself for that moment, as she had tamed into the greed of defeating Naruto and tapped into the fox power. And she had hurt her brother so badly that she could never forgive herself anymore. Until Naruto woke up, she would keep on blaming herself. Kushina, on the other hand, was looking at the photo frame that was in front of her, and then soon she was just tracing her fingers over the picture that was Naruto. Mita was in the middle of the family, in the middle of Minato and Kushina, just smiling and grinning as her usual self, while Naruto was off a little bit of distance, just looking grumpy and not wanting to be there. She did not know when did it happen. Maybe after they were 4 years old, after their birthday. She could not remember, but Naruto was surely getting more distance from them. It was their fault. They knew that he was smart and could pretty much absorb any information like a sponge, but they took that as granted and not trained him, thinking that he would learn in the academy really quick anyways. That was what they were thinking, but again, they had done something wrong. Soon, she realized something. The picture frame cracked. The glass cracked in the middle, separating the family from Naruto. Kushina was not the one to believe in bad omens, but this one had a bad feeling in her gut. After a few more months, and the doctor was rushing towards the Namikaze household, as the doctor or the nurse who was panting was in front of Kushina. Kushina-sama, Naruto, Naruto has woken up, said the nurse as Kushina's eyes widened. Really? She said as Mita was also there. Today was their birthday, October 10th, the day that the Nine Tails had attacked the village. And right now, Naruto had woken up. Maybe this was destiny. This would be their sixth birthday, to be precise. Naruto had not woken up for an entire year, so he missed his fifth birthday. As that would have happened, Minato soon got to find out as well. And they saw when they entered the room, and they saw Naruto just sitting up, looking outside of the window with a little dead look in his eyes. He just looked like he was not interested in most things. As they saw something, Naruto had a katana beside him. Naruto said to Minato as he came towards him, but Kushina flew right past both Mito and Minato and hugged Naruto as tightly as possible. Naruto, my baby, I'm so sorry. Kushina was saying that as she was crying on Naruto's shoulder. Naruto just looked at her, or at least he tried to, but she was not letting go. As Naruto sighed, I am fine, Mom. He said, saying the mom comment sarcastically, as Kushina let go. I'm so glad that you woke up, she said as Naruto looked at her. Are you now? He said as that hurt Kushina a little. As Minato stepped up, of course she's glad to see you, Naruto. You're her son, said Minato as Naruto looked up at him. Oh, I guess I am now, aren't I? Even if I never felt like that, said Naruto as that stung both Minato and Kushina in the heart. Oh, we're sorry, said Minato. We thought that you could. Yeah, get on with the explanation. I don't need it, said Naruto as he immediately got out of bed. Hey Naruto, are you sure you should, keep on moving like that? I heard the nurse say that you should take a rest, said Kushina as Naruto looked at her. Nah, I'm fine anyways. You didn't care about me 2 years ago. Why do you care about me right now? Said Naruto as he looked at both of them dead in the eyes, smirking a little. Seeing the look on their faces just made it more satisfying. Doesn't matter either way. Aren't we supposed to be starting the academy soon? He said, looking at Mito, who was surprised to see her brother's attitude become so blunt. She just nodded. Well, I would like you both to register me into the academy. That is at least a least bit of what you could do, said uh, said Naruto as Minato and Kushina just looked at the boy and he jumped out of the window, leaping from rooftop to rooftop and going to the Namikaze mansion. Both parents were surprised and the one who was more surprised was Mito. Brother, she thought, placing her hands on her heart. She didn't think that things would end up this way. Soon, and the time for the Nine Tails Festival came. It was specifically today. Tuesday was their birthday as well. As that happened, Minato was invited to the festival of the Nine Tails of the day that Nine Tails was defeated. He and his family had to go, so he had told Naruto a little time before to be ready. As all the family was ready, as they were dressed up, and Minato and Kushina were in a kimono, and their little princess was also in a kimono. Meanwhile, Naruto, who was outside, had just entered the house, bruises all over his body. Hey Naruto, what were you doing? Why are there so many bruises on you? Kushina said as she rushed towards him. Naruto just went past her with his eyes closed and his hands in his pocket. Ah, it's nothing. I was just training, said Naruto as Kushina's eyes widened. Training? You just recently woke up from a coma, for God's sake. Take care of yourself for a little bit. For me, at least, she said as Naruto just ignored her and just started to go upstairs. Naruto, get ready quick. We'll go to the festival. Then she heard something. I'm not going. She heard Naruto's voice. She was stubborn, so she went up to confront her son. As she looked at Naruto. Hey Naruto, don't be like that. We're family. We should go together, she said. As Naruto looked back at her. Family, you say? I never felt like it. He said as he went upstairs as Minato heard it. Naruto, don't be like that. She's your mother. Never felt like that as well, said Naruto as he entered his room and slammed the door shut, keeping the family in a bad mood as everything was, well, ruined. But Minato had to attend the ceremony, so they did. Soon, once the ceremony was attended, Minato and the others went to the ceremony. They were greeted and all that stuff and all that jazz happened. They also met Hiruzen, who was just strolling through the village since he was the third Hokage and had to attend the festival as well. Once that happened, Anbu appeared before Minato and Hiruzen. Lord Third, Lord Fourth, we have recently gotten a invasion from the Cloud Village ninjas, and it was near your mansion. Said the envoy as Minato, Kushina's, and Hiruzen's eyes widened. "Eh, Naruto, Kushina said in a worried voice. You'll be fine, Kushina. Lord Third, let's go, said Minato as the third Hokage nodded. As Minato placed his hand on Hiruzen's shoulder, and in a yellow flash, they were gone. As that happened, Kushina was taking care of Mito as well, as Mito just grabbed her mother's hands tighter. Mom, is brother going to be okay? She said as Kushina smiled at her daughter. Yes, everything is going to be okay, honey. Your father is there. He will take care of it. She said, at least comforting herself as well in that statement. Once Hiruzen and Minato did arrive at the house, they smelled blood. They soon rushed towards Naruto's uh, room and saw the boy wasn't there. They peeked out the window of Naruto's room to see the boy was, well, in the training field of the Namikaze compound, with three Chunin level shinobis dead, their bodies piled up, and Naruto's katana that Minato still didn't know where the boy had gotten from in his hand. As Naruto looked up at both Hiruzen and Minato, the look in his eyes said it all. He was a predator, and they were his prey. I completed this task for you, Lord Hokage. One of them is alive, so you don't need to worry about that. They were also kidnapping this girl, said Naruto as they saw Hinata near a tree, her eyes shocked in fear looking at Naruto, as they both saw Naruto just unsheath his katana and started walking towards the wall, and surprisingly, he started walking on it. He already knows shock control of this level, said Hiruzen as he looked at Minato, who just was as shocked as Hiruzen was. I didn't know that he knew this, said Minato as he looked at Naruto, who just entered the room through his window. Well, I'll go to sleep. I'm tired through because of all the training I've done today. He said as Naruto, as he said, went to sleep like nothing ever happened. This was a little off-putting for both Hiruzen and Minato, since the boy who was only 6 years old should not be doing things like that, especially killing. As that happened, now Minato and Hiruzen soon placed Mito and Naruto in the academy in 2 years when they were 8 years old, and Naruto had gotten pretty strong at this point. Then we cut to the time of the graduation test where Naruto is at the top of the academy since he's the smartest person out there. If Naruto really wanted, he could have graduated from the academy pretty soon and early as well, which he was offered to do so by Minato and the others, the council member, to just graduate from the academy at the age of 9, but Naruto simply denied that. He did not want to do that since Naruto said that having his child would rob from him at such a young age would not be a good thing, which Minato and Kushina were actually glad to hear. But the thing was, Naruto rarely talked with the family. It was the same as if he was there or not there. And Minato and Kushina and Mito and they all blamed themselves for what had happened. They probably thought that it was because of themselves that this shit has happened in the first place. And yeah, that pretty much concludes their feelings. As this was happening, today was a graduation test, and Naruto had aced the test, and they're currently waiting for the Jonin Sensei. And Team 7 in this case was gonna be a team leader is gonna be Kakashi, with the help of Kushina and the team as well, since he wanted to be the sensei of her two kids. And there are gonna be four Genins that are gonna be in this team: Naruto, Mito, Sasuke, and our girl Sakura. These four are gonna be in this team, led by Kakashi and Kushina. As that would have happened, both Kakashi and Kushina would arrive in the classroom at the same time, and they would start, go to the rooftop and introduce themselves. This time, Kakashi would not be late because of Kushina would drag Kakashi by the ear and, bring him quick. As that would have happened, they would pretty much introduce themselves. Kushina would go first, saying that her likes are her family and making food for her family. She hates rapists and sexist people, I guess. And see, her goal is to have her family as a whole back. She would say that while glancing at Naruto, Kakashi's introduction would pretty much be the same. Um, uh, Mito's introduction would be pretty much the same as Naruto's in the original Naruto. In the beginning, she would aspire to be the first female Hokage, and her another goal would be to earn back the trust of someone. That she would say by glancing back at Naruto. As that would have happened, Sasuke's goal would pretty much be the same. In this case, I'm gonna let the Uchiha massacre happen. I'm not gonna, kind of intervene in that case. Let's just say the Uchiha massacre did happen, right? Uchiha massacre happens, and Sasuke's goal is the same. It's not gonna change. And Sakura's goal, whatever she had with Sasuke-kun, would be the same as well. The team would be formed. I really don't want to go over the bell test, uh, but but it's written in the script. But that's why I'll just go over it in a summary kind of way. The first thing that would have happened is Naruto would unsheath his katana and release his Shikai. Once that would have happened, both Minato and Kushina would be caught under this illusion of Kyokatsugetsu. Once that would have happened, Naruto would have taken the belt, at least for himself, and Naruto is really smart, smarter than any character in the entire series, so he would, be able to figure out what the test is about. And once that would have happened, Naruto, once he stole the belts from Kakashi and Kushina, he would give them to his teammates, and which would again shock Kakashi and Kushina, not knowing what the hell just happened, since Naruto just did place them on the Kyokatsugetsu, in which they imagined that they were fighting Naruto and the whole team, but what they were doing was pretty much move their body in weird angles and just fighting no one. While that was happening, and Naruto just swooped in and took the bells. nice touch. I guess which would again surprise Mito, and others as well, thinking like, what the hell is happening? Once that would have happened, Team 7 would be formed and they would be ready. Once this would happen, they would again go to all the missions that they went in the canon, the D rank missions. Naruto would not even like play much of an effort. He would just, unseat his sword, and then the cats would, especially the Tora cat, would be caught under, the Kyoka Sugetsu, and the cat would not have anywhere to run. Naruto would just catch her and just bring her back. Once that would have happened, Tazuna would come back to the village, to request for a supposed C rank mission, and then the team would be sent on the C rank mission as they did in canon. Um, the demon's brother would attack them. But in this case, Mita, who's pretty strong, like she's actually really strong for her age. She's at tuning level already, since Minato, Kushina, and Jirai have been training her for a long time. Because of that, she's already tuning level. They would meet Mita along with Sasuke, and Naruto, who would not simply intervene at all. He would not even like bother to unseat his Kyoka would just stand there as Mita and Sasuke would have taken care of the Demon Brothers. As we know, Sasuke is stronger than the Demon Brothers. If you guys doubt that statement, I don't know what Naruto you have been watching. Minato and Kushina would pop out just saying that, confronting Tazuna, saying that, why the hell did he lie to them about the mission ranking? As Tazuna would explain his story to them, all of the team would beg Minato and Kushina to go to the mission, as they would have to, gave in eventually as they would go on a mission. Soon, Zabuza would confront the team, as Naruto would see Zabuza as a little bit of a fit opponent, but he would still not intervene, as Minato and Kushina and Kakashi would be more than enough to take care of Zabuza, as if you guys didn't know, Kushina was actually a really strong shinobi. She was actually like her strength was comparable to that of Tsunade, so they should be able to deal with Zabuza with relative ease. And then once Haku appears, that's when things starts to change. Once Haku does appear, he tries to convince the team that he's the Hunter Nin, but Naruto would step in front of them and just say, if you're the Hunter Nin, the Hunter Nin burns the body right on spot. So why don't you burn this body? And the Haku would just look at him, this body has some kind of information for the hidden mist. As Naruto would say, from the what protocol I've read, that's not the case. As Haku would, start getting panicked, as Naruto's unseat his Kyoka Suigetsu and just say, you're kind of a pain in the ass. Just thinking that everything would go according to a way, just thinking that you could fool us. He would say that dialogue and appeared behind Haku in a good showcase of speed. He would still not use a Sekai, uh, as he was swinging his blade right towards Haku's head, trying to decapitate it, but Haku would block it off with Shenmon. As that would have happened, Kushina would also step in, and then eventually they would take care of Haku as well. Both Zabuza and Haku are at a really bad state, and then Naruto would suggest that we should just simply kill them. There's nothing we have nothing to got to do with them. But Kakashi would simply direct with this. He would not agree. He would say that they need intel about Gatsu and all of his bases and all the stuff, which the intel should be with these two. As that would have happened, they would eventually carry Zabuza and Haku back to their Tazuna's place. Kushina would create some seals. That would place he would place them on Zabuza and Haku, specifically chakra suppression seals, which would restrict all of their chakra and all of their most of their physical strength as well. After they would wake up, Kakashi would interrogate both of them with a Sharingan, and then would eventually find out what Gato and his goons are planning. Anyways, as that would have happened, the team would be trained by Kakashi and Kushina as Naruto, who saw that Kushina using seals was actually intrigued by that a little bit. He would come up to Kushina and say, I want to learn seals. As Kushina would be really happy since, her son actually wants to learn something from her. She's great in kenjutsu or swordsmanship as well. But Naruto seems to have his own sword style, so she would not really interfere with that. As this entire time, well, Kakashi would teach the other three Genins of chakra control and all that stuff. Kushina would teach Naruto sealing jutsu, as Naruto already knows chakra control and stuff. Tree walking, wall walking, as Naruto knew how to walk on trees and wall at the age of 6. Of course, he's gonna know it right now. As that would have happened, they would eventually go back to the bridge. Gato would appear with his goons and thugs, just saying that with this much amount of numbers, there's no way that they stand a chance. Kakashi and Kushina, along with the Genins, would be able to take care of the thugs pretty easily without any trouble. And then they would soon capture Gato and then just leave him to the mercy of the village. The villagers would kill Gato in a pretty brutal way. I don't want to go over the ways, but that they would go and kill Gato since, don't want to get demonetized. So that would have happened. The wave mission would be done with relative ease again because Naruto is there. The Zabuza and his whole grand plan would not succeed because they're killed pretty easily. As that would have happened, Naruto and the others would let Zabuza and Haku go, as Naruto, on the other hand, had different plans for both of them. He would place both of them under Kyoka Suigetsu and would think that they would both come in handy in the future, as Naruto does have major plans. As I said in the beginning of this video, Aizen's goal was same as Naruto, but his aspire to become that goal or to achieve that goal was way different, right? And because of that reason, Naruto wants to be the Hokage, but he wants to be the Hokage because he sees himself to be the fit to be the Hokage. He does not see Minato or anyone in the village else fit to be in the Hokage position. And he does not want only to be the leader of the Hidden Leaf, he wants to be the leader of the entire shinobi world. This peace loving mindset, Naruto also has a little bit of it. He wants to have peace, since Aizen also wanted to have peace in some up to some extent, right? So I just described Naruto's goals and what he wants to become. So you guys are can expect a little bit of evil Naruto in this one. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy the parts one of what if Naruto was neglected and the reincarnation of Aizen Sosuke. So yeah, hopefully you guys are having a great day. Keep on smiling and peace out, guys. See you in the next one.